I think a lot of people have assumptions about Australia that I don't really get.
Our production base is in Melbourne, Australia, and since we've been working with Cartoon Network, our products travelled all over the world.
It's allowed us to meet and work with some great folk overseas, and that is beneficial to the animation scene back here.
We share a similar sense of comedy that's not always so incredibly obvious.
This is the living room.
A room dedicated to the living. No one dead may dwell there.
What we do is comedy, and I mean, it just allows us the freedom to be as silly as we want to be.
With Cartoon Network's unique flavour of character-driven comedy, I think that kids are really just going to keep laughing at shows like Monster Beach and Exchange Student Zero.
Sounds exciting.
Exchange Student Zero is off the wall. The idea of within the actual cartoon having a game that these boys play, a card game that gives them the ability to materialise all these anime characters from another dimension is just a concept that's so rich. We have an endless supply of stories and ideas that we can explore.
Work with Cartoon Network's given us an enormous amount of freedom to follow what we think is a really quite original approach to storytelling and to character design.
I like Cartoon Network because they don't have a stereotypic view of what entertainment for kids means and what the areas you can go into and what you can explore.
You don't know what love is!
Whilst our stories are pretty kooky, I think we set out to create stories that travel really well internationally, and they have worked really well over a vast array of different nations from all around the world.
The reason that we're doing this with Bogan in terms of the pre-production is because they're one of the region's leading animation studios.
Monster Beach is about a group of kids that turn up on this Polynesian island to visit their uncle and find that it's populated by living surfing monsters.
A few of the guys here loved hot rods, custom cars, that kind of thing, and big fans of Ed Roth, so that's those monsters and that kind of wild sort of surfing kind of hot rod culture was the kind of seed for Monster Beach.
I find that I don't tend to get my inspiration from watching cartoons. I get my inspiration from real life or film or other stories, and then I want to make a cartoon about that.
What I love about animation is that it does enable us to create our own worlds, and to kind of take it wherever we want within that, and there's kind of no boundaries.
It's the kind of comedic content that will really travel. I think this will appeal to an international audience, definitely. It's that kind of comedy.
G'day, Bruce. Yeah, but that's alright.
Okay.
Once more, mate.
We got a soundbite there? Cool. This thing's been really well behaved.
Chris has got it. I'll stand up and walk.